Hello, you guys. Welcome back to my video. Sorry, I just did an eyeshadow review of Jaclyn Hill's palette. So anyway, okay, let's moving on. You guys see I got on my clown makeup and my clown wig. So guess what? Let's get it on. Let's talk about this colorism stuff. What is going on? What is her name? Queen? Is it allegedly Queen Naja? Queen somebody? She was talking about the dark women, the ugly dark women doing something. And then my little niece, she's not really my niece, but yeah, she's a great hustler. She's on it. She's smart too. She's as smart as a whip. But anyway, so she had made a video, and she is about my complexion, maybe a little lighter, maybe a little darker, whatever, about how when she was cursing about somebody out on Facebook, and I'm just like, oh Lord, she's kind of like a firecracker like me. So I was like, oh no, what's going on, niece? What's going on? So I saw the video, and she was talking about how when she was younger, that she would get bullied by darker girls. And I was like, and then what she was saying, that 10 of them came to her house and she had to fight to. Now, she resides in Alabama, and I think that's where she was raised. Florence, something like that. And so I was like, wow. So, I know life is different. I'm from up north, I'm from California and whatever, but some of the things that she was saying, at school, she was constantly being bullied by stuff. And I went to Catholic parochial schools, Catholic school, all my life, and not college, but no, actually, I went to public school for kindergarten, and then went to Catholic school, yeah, for high school and elementary. Um, so I didn't really go through that. Actually, I didn't go through any of that until I guess my late 30s and 40s when I got on these Facebook groups or whatever. And I would just notice how, you know, some of the women were particularly um, evil, mean. But anyway, let's go back to her. So, I was like, when I was looking at her video, I was like, oh my goodness, I felt so bad because, I know kids bully. I don't think, I was never bullied. I mean, I was in two fights in elementary, and that's it. A guy who I had a crush on, and then this girl, Denise. Denise, I don't even know why we're fighting, but I think she broke my nose or whatever. So I guess she won. Um, and Eric, I think we had. Ooh, I was supposed to say his name. Okay, I didn't say his last name. But anyway, I think we had a fight, and then we, became boyfriend and girlfriend or whatever. I don't know, whatever. Oh my goodness, I had such a crush on him. Anyway, that was 40 years ago. Okay, so anyway, wow, that was 40 years ago. What I was gonna say, yeah, but I wasn't bullied. Like there was one bully in our class. His name was Raymond. Raymond, I don't even know if you're looking at this or whatever. But it wasn't that he was dark, and I think Raymond was actually really, not really light, but my color. But he had green eyes. So, but Raymond is a mess. Very smart though, highly intelligent. Anyway, so moving forward, I was just appalled at what she, was saying that she would do. I was thinking to myself, why didn't they just call the police or whatever? But she said, she's told the principal and the counselors and whatever. I don't know, whatever, but like if my son was bullied or whatever, and he would tell me, oh, honey, I was at his school, or I was even at his school when he wasn't bullied. If he was bullied by a teacher or student or whatever, and he did get into a fight, and the guy punched him, whatever, and they kicked him out, and they wanted me to press charges against the young man. And I was like, no, I can't do that, because I wouldn't want someone to press charges against me and I go to jail, or my son, or anybody. So he got kicked out. That was enough. Yeah, he didn't go to school. My son didn't have to deal with him or whatever. I think he had to go to continuation school, but I would never be for a child going to a detention center or being arrested. not for punch, because, kids punch and fight, you take some L's, you take some W's or whatever, I've lost a lot of fights. So, but I don't, we hands or whatever, but if he had a gun or something like that, oh hell yeah, we would be going down. But so I don't, I'm just, I don't know. Like, and in my high school, I went to school with some very rich, wealthy, really rich. I'm talking, we're talking upper echelon. You have the players that play on the team. I went to school, high school, with the owners. Yeah, the owners' daughters. Yeah, I don't have any money. My parents have money, but I went to school with them. So, and they're just not into fighting. I did not see one fight, nor did I see one pregnancy. Not that it didn't happen. I just didn't see, I guess they took care of it, whatever. So I didn't grow in, I didn't go to a high school and it was all girl. I didn't go to a high school, where it's very aggressive or whatever. Even though I'm, a little confrontational and maybe aggressive, whatever. But I'm very friendly. I'm very friendly. But if you mess with my son, or if, I'm being disrespectful for no reason, then I can light it up. I'm segwaiting. Is that the proper pronunciation? Anyway, into the fact of, okay, so the girl was saying, she said, it's not that lighter women are evil or mean. She said, we're just tired. And I can understand that. So, I wasn't bullied in high school and everything, but in life, most of my girls were, two of my girls, they were dark. And then one was a little darker than me. I was the lightest. There was one, she was like, whatever. But, it wasn't about light or dark. Well, to me, it wasn't. Because my son's father is African. In my family, there is a lot of colorism because, my grandfather is from Louisiana and, he can almost pass. And, a lot of his sisters can pass. And it's so many stories. And then on my mom's side, my grandmother, some of her kids came out high yellow. One has green, high yellow and green. He looks just like Fat Joe. And then, two of them came out dark, and then two of them came out, like brown skin or whatever. So, but, there is a lot of colorism in our culture, as Black people, and we just have to get over that. But, so I was trying to segue into something, and I completely forgot, going on all these tangents, my goodness. But, it's just not, as a people, we can't, before we, get this going, this revolution or whatever, we gotta deal with some internal issues, the light against the dark, the paper bag test, which I've said in another video, was done to me when I went to Xavier for summer, especially women. Now, I don't know if this is really prevalent with men, but women were so competitive, and she was just like, I'm just tired. And she's a firecracker. Like, if there's any type of, disrespect or whatever, she goes off. No, I'm not going to say a little, but, it's like, okay, I'm not going to use her, I'm going to use me. People, they try and slide in a little, shade or whatever, oh. And then people think, oh, because she's light, or, she's pretty, or she wears makeup and wigs or whatever, she's stupid. That's what kills me. Yes, don't get this makeup, this Maybelline, this Morphe makeup, this synthetic wig. Don't get it confused. Just because people, do certain things or whatever, you can't judge a book by its cover. Just because people are pretty, that doesn't mean, they're ignorant or they're stupid. Dr. Heavenly, I'm married to Madison. She made such she's so ignorant to be so intelligent. Oh, she just gets on my nerves. But she was telling, there was a doctor's wife in LA. They had the LA version, and she, one was into real estate or whatever, and they went to this. She put them up. The doctor's wife put up the Atlanta crew up in a really nice house in the hills, right? And then Dr. Evelyn was like, "Yeah, I just thought she was stupid, but actually she's not. She's not. Why would she be stupid? Because she's pretty? Because she's skinny? Like, there's no correlation. There's nothing on the scale of intelligence that says, okay, if you're ugly and fat, you're smart. If you're skinny and pretty, you're stupid. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Like, if you're light, you're weak. And if you're dark, you're mean and ugly. Or if you're light, you're mean and evil. And you're dark, you're not. How does skin color correlate to intelligence or emotional distress? Or, well, okay. All right. So, as far as, black people, I'm black. We do have a lot of discrimination. That's what the protests, about. We have a lot of killing. We have a lot of issues regarding, daily life. And, as a black person, we can understand. As white people, some of them, yeah, they can say they understand. But if you have ever gotten pulled over by a cop, and you've never, wonder whether or not you're going to die just for them being pulled over, you don't understand. Okay. But that's a white black thing. That's a black against any other whatever, race, culture, ethnic background, whatever. Let's say ethnic background. Okay. All right. Let's just separate that. But then you have within the black ethnic makeup, whom our ancestors were slaves. To me, that's the definition. If it's wrong, let me know. You have, back in the day on the slaves, you had the house Negroes, and then you had the field Negroes. The house Negroes are usually the mulatto ones or whatever, or the ones who, kept the house or whatever. Usually, sometimes the house Negroes were the kids of the master, because he didn't screw somebody or whatever. So, this mulatto looking child, she wasn't white, she wasn't black, she was mulatto. Was working in the house for dad or whatever. I don't know. It's all kinds of stories or whatever. So I think that's where all that came from, because you have the mulattoes who were mixed with white and black, who they weren't as dark as the field, or the majority or whatever, and they were a little more privileged. And I think I went to Africa. I went to Morocco, and I went to Senegal. And I said, oh goodness, because this lady, this other lady on Facebook asked, her worst fears to travel outside of America and not, have food that she liked. And I said, in Africa. And I normally would say, Senegal or Morocco, but I just said Africa because it's, two countries or whatever. It was plural, two countries in Africa. And this girl got on me, you shouldn't say Africa because, that's continent, or, shame on you, and da-da-da. She said it on Monday morning. Usually I'd been like, yeah, you're right, blah, 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 blah. But, what, shut up. Just be quiet, because shut up. She didn't say, what city, what state, what country, what neighborhood, what zip code or whatever. So anyway, there's a lot of skin bleaching. Yes, when I was in Senegal, and if you guys can look at my pictures on Facebook, when I went to Dakar, Senegal, the two girls that did my hair, one was, oh my God, she was so beautiful, uncut, whatever. And then there was one who you could tell that she had bleached her skin. And it just doesn't, you don't need that. Like, the dark color of the skin is actually beautiful. It's beautiful. People with a darker complexion age well. Now, my son, I told you, his father is African, and, he's dark. but my son didn't get his genes. He's, he's not dark and he's not my complexion. He's like in the middle. He's lighter, more lighter than darker. So, I love I love my black people, but ooh, especially men. I love dark men. Um, but I'm light, so I like dark. Some dark people like light, some dark people like dark, some light people like light people. It's all whatever. But we're all black. Like, I'm no better than a darker woman because I'm lighter. You see what I'm saying? She's no better than me because she's darker. But it seems as if there's some type of bond, or even Tasha K, TK is always talking about, oh yeah, my brown sisters and da 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 da. And to me that's kind of offensive, because what if I was like, yeah, yes, light skinned sweeties, baby, let's do it for the light skinned girls, honey. I'm not like that. I'm not going to say I don't look at color, but like most of my girls were, and I hate to say this, but were most of my brown skin or whatever? I don't know. Two of them. Yeah, two of my best Judys were dark. I never said, oh yeah, well, you got dark skin, so da 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 da. And neither of them to me. Now, what they said to me and what they said behind my back are two different things. But to me, they were never not like, oh, you little, yellow, da 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 da. Now, what they might have said to someone else, oh, she think that she, cute because, she, whatever, blah, 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 Miss Thing or whatever. Now, I will say family, ooh, I don't even want to get in that. But, some family did discriminate against one particular person who, how can I say that? Some people in my family didn't want someone in my family to marry another person or whatever, but the offspring was very successful. Very successful. I mean, very powerful and very successful. So, it all it doesn't matter who's dark and who's light and whatever. We're all people. Like, dark girls should not be bullying, other light girls because they're light and one is dark. Light girls should not be calling, dark girls ugly and nappy hair. Which, no, there's nothing wrong with nappy hair. There's nothing wrong. I got nappy hair. There's nothing wrong with nappy hair. Actually, you can perm it, you can flatten it, everything. No, there's nothing wrong with nappy hair. And I had to check Michelle ATL in, like, because she said something about Eva from the Housewives of Atlanta, the Real Housewives of Atlanta, well, she said nappy hair. Okay, but what's wrong with nappy hair? Let's target that issue, which we're not going to do on this video. We're not going to do it on this video. Maybe when I do my update. I guess my 2-year update of how my hair has grown, my natural hair. Yeah, because I don't have any chemicals or whatever, but it's grown. It's really grown. But anyway, there's nothing wrong with having nappy hair. If I have very thin hair, but if I had like a thick, strong hair, I would rock a afro. I would. A nasty nappy afro. I would. Like an Angela Davis, but her hair wasn't nappy. So, my son's hair is little. Yeah, my hair is soft and fine. You know what I'm saying? It'll grow, but it's just so thin, But yeah, this colorism thing is kind of getting on my nerves, and it's coming from all directions. And I'm not talking about, white, black. I'm talking about within our sector as a people, as our ethnic, our ethnic cluster of black people in America. Before we eat, we got to come together. It's not, like when I was in Africa, when I was in Senegal, I told you guys there's 2 girls, one from Kenya and the other one lived in Paris, and she was from Cameroon. the one from Kenya just was looking at me like I was other. Like, she didn't kind of trust me. Like I was trying to be black, but I really was. I don't know if she thought that I was Mexican or, half or, something or whatever. 'Cause she was very dark and, I'm not very light, but, I'm light, whatever. And she just kind of gave me the side eye. She just, it's kind of a little disrespectful, kind of like, oh, you don't know, you're kind of stupid or whatever. Da, da, da. Oh, really? Oh, okay. But see, and I'm like, if you feel that way about me, that's really not my issue. That's your problem. That's your problem, not mine. Okay? So you have to deal with those issues, not me. If someone is dark and they have a problem with me based on the fact that my skin is lighter than a paper bag, that's on you. That's not on me. But if you come to me incorrect, just like my little niece on Facebook, you will get taught a lesson. I'm not a docile type of person. And maybe the reason why is because I've been attacked unjustly. Now, if I said something to you that was out of line, and that is a big possibility because that's not a rarity. I will, I move. Okay, fine. But if you don't like me just because my skin is like I said, lighter than a paper bag, you have an issue. But you're no different than a white person who doesn't like me because I'm black. You see what I'm saying? So how are we gonna unite as a people, against an oppressor when you're oppressed? You're trying to oppress me. Because of what? Because I'm lighter? I'm still black, but I'm lighter? Don't get me started. Don't get me started on these people. But if you come, listen, I don't care if you're dark, black, I don't care if you're lily white, I don't care if you're, yellow than the sun, I don't care, red is whatever. If you come at me in any disrespectful way, I have a right to lash back. And it is because of color. If it's because of colorism, it's even bad, it's even worse. But like, I'll call people nigga, but it's just not like I call white people. I'll call Asian, I'll call Mexican, I'll call everybody. But I also call, kids that I know, niece and nephew. I call white kids niece and nephews. I call Asian kids niece and nephews. I call, Mexicans niece and nephews. I call everybody. I call blacks niece and nephews. I do. Because we're all one. And, I just love my nieces and nephews. I do. I mean, I do have some blood nieces and nephews, but, I call all the kids nieces and nephews. That's a term of endearment. Okay? Now, we call white person nigga. That's not term of endearment. No. So, don't get that confused or whatever. So, this colorism thing, it just, within the black ethnic sector, we're going to have to stop that. But you know what? It's not even just with blacks that, parents or ancestors were slaves. I get that with Filipinos. I told you I worked at Loman's. One Filipino, she put her arm next to mine, and I was lighter. Ethiopians in my building. I'm lighter than, most of the... I don't know. It's just, there's some type of mental disparity with people who are of a darker skin complexion, and I don't get it because they age better. They're beautiful. Oh my God, if you want to see some beautiful people, go to Senegal. The skin color, that dark, the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice. It's like seeing gods and goddesses walk around. I mean, just gorgeous. Just, oh my God, they're so beautiful. And I don't get this bleaching thing. I mean, maybe I don't get it because I'm of a certain skin complexion. But, if anything, I'm trying to get darker. In the summertime, I'm like maybe 4 or 5 shades darker, literally. And I love it. But maybe the fact that I do get lighter, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think that I have an issue with color. I don't. I don't. I wanted my son to be darker. He didn't come out darker, but I wanted. I mean, I didn't. His father's African. You can't get no uncut than that from the motherland. He wasn't born here. Was but born in the motherland, so you can't get it. And it still didn't happen. So whatever. It is what it is. That's why I'm scared to take my DNA, because I'm like, well, okay, that's uncut, and I know I am black, so he should have came out darker. No, he didn't. He came out. He came out like this color. I was like, oh my goodness. So I guess, I don't have a solution. Well, I mean, the solution is y'all gonna have to get over some of those issues. I'm sorry. Within our community, our culture, y'all gonna have to get over that light, that dark, that light, dark. The bullying. What are you bullying for? You can't make me feel any worse about myself, because that's not gonna happen. I don't care what you say. You know what I'm saying? Listen, we can go at it either way you want to go, but at this age, honey, I'm not holding nothing back. If you want to be ignorant enough to dislike me, like I said, because I'm a lighter shade of brown or caramel or whatever, we can go at it in whatever platform you want, in person, on the internet, on the email, over the phone, Skype, Dome, Zoom, whatever you want. Because it's all ignorance to me. But if you want to be ignorant, listen, like I said, I got on my clown makeup and my clown synthetic hair. So however you guys want to do it, but it doesn't need to be like this. Like, this has got to stop, because it's insanity. And actually, there are different cultures in India. There's the caste systems with the dark and the light, and, the Asians darker, lighter, whatever. This is just so crazy. And even in the Latino culture, like someone's like, oh, if you're black, you're from Africa. Well, there's black Australians, there's black Indians, there's black Mexicans, there's black Asians. Are there black whites? Yes, there are. There are a lot of blacks who pass for white, but they're black, half and half. That's black. And with Deja Cat, poor little girl, just they clowned her. But listen, no, just because you're brown or dark brown does not mean you're better or worse than I am. And if you want to throw some shade or whatever, make sure that if you can throw it, be able to catch it. Because I'm not taking no shade for being who I am because you feel inferior for some way or whatever. I don't feel inferior to nobody, okay? As broke and as ugly and as old and as fat as I am, honey, I will, like I said, I will put on this fuchsia colored synthetic Amazon wig and this clown makeup and walk out this door like I am the best thing since the cell phone. You better watch it. You Shaka Khan, Shanje, honey. I don't care. I don't care if I get 1 view or 20 million views from this video. I don't care. Listen, y'all ain't paying my bills. Hell, I ain't even paying my bills. I'm not worried about what you say about me. Girl, I will toot these boobs and act like I'm just the best thing, which I am. Whether I'm blue as night or, white as day. Don't matter. So listen, you guys need to fix those issues. Because if you come, baby, be ready. Don't bring a knife to a gunfight. That's all I got to say. All right. I was everywhere with this video. But y'all understand what I'm saying. All right. Bye. Have a wonderful day.